This is DJ Wolf Live. I got to go on here and talk about this. This is really, really, really pissing me off, folks. I'm not going to even front. Do you know that Biden and Kamala Harris, or Biden administration currently, uh, had a press conference recently, and he literally asked the American public to help pay for the hurricane. I shit you not. Those were his that came out of his very mouth. And I'm thinking, you really gonna ask us to help pay for the hurricane? Yet Slawinski was just out here a week ago getting coming over out here to ask for and got $8 billion from us. $8 million more, and you don't have enough to help your own constituents in your own country. And I'm supposed to say that's okay. Here you are with a housing bubble burst, food prices going sky high. You can't even afford to get a car, not even a used car in this country. And yet, your ass, Biden, has got the gall to ask us to pay for a hurricane that you know is going to be in the up teen billions. Yeah. You going to, after you gave away $8 billion more to Ukraine war effort. This is why I don't want to vote for Democrats again. I don't. I'm tired of it. The Democrats are coming off like Republicans. I heard somebody else say that too, and I'm really starting to believe that. It's atrocious. It's atrocious how we're getting played, man. And commenting about what we're going to do. No, Kamala is a joke. Kamala, I'm telling you right now, I'm convinced that Kamala is a front to actually get Trump back in office anyway. And I personally think the DNC is helping. There's no way of all of very viable and good candidates that's out here that Kamala Harris is your strongest one. That's the one say she's going to best represent the DNC. And if she's your best representation of the DNC, I want no part of the DNC no more. I'm dead serious. I'm dead ass. Real talk. I can't rock with that. I cannot rock with that. Kamala Harris just did an interview on 60 Minutes last night, and she still wouldn't answer any questions. You know, Kamala Harris liked the softball stuff. Matter of fact, she's been softballing her way in office for the last 4 years. I can't rock with nobody like that. I just can't. It's not about her being a woman. Trust me when I say that. It's not. It's really not. I thought we'd make a better candidate than her, Hillary Clinton. That's another story. Well, if they say who you choose, Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris, I'm going with Hillary Clinton. For certain reasons, I can't go for Kamala Harris for. But that's another whole story. And I'm not even sure about her either. But I just see her as a better candidate than Kamala Harris. If Hillary Clinton had ran, but she didn't, so that's it. But I just can't rock with Kamala. I just cannot rock with her. She takes nothing seriously. She doesn't answer any real questions pertaining to stuff to do with the economy or anything like that. I don't rock with her. Period. I just can't. I'm just not. She's not my cup of tea. Period. I tried, folks. I really did. I just can't mess with her, man. I don't trust her. I don't. I don't trust her any more than I do Trump. I honestly don't. I tried. She's not. I can't rock with her. I'm telling you, folks, I cannot rock with this woman. I tried. I honestly tried. I just cannot do it, folks. She ain't the one. She's just not the one. You know, seriously, I can't deal with it. It's just, I don't think she got the, she, and then she got caught the other day, uh, missing a teleprompter when the teleprompter shut down. This happened recently at a campaign rally about a week or last week, I think, and she completely boloed that joker, you know, and she kept repeating one of the words about it. She kept repeating it like 4 or 5 times over. I forgot what it was about. There's a number. She kept repeating it. But she's somebody who really don't think directly off the top of her head without a script or paperwork. That's not her. She's not. She's a horrible orator. She don't want to answer questions about certain things because she really ain't got no policies out there. Nothing. She's just a talker, not a doer. You know, she talks the talk, but don't really walk the walk like that. Not for American public. You know, this is somebody I don't think for most of her life ever really had a real struggle, man. I know some people are try to say she did. I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. Yeah. But plus I heard her family lineage they came from money on both sides of her family. I've heard that. So, and most of these politicians, most of the bigwig politicians come from money anyway. The Bidens, the Obamas, the Bushes for damn show. Generations of them. The Kennedys. I mean, come on. I can name them all, man. They come from big money. Even Clinton's former vice president came from money. You know, come on. But for him to sit there and after he gave away $8 billion to Zelensky, gonna turn around and tell us we got to help pay for the billions and billions, up to billions of dollars for disaster relief that hit several states. Ukraine is about as big as one state by itself. The entire country, of Ukraine, and you send them billions of dollars. That's gonna basically go to waste, or they're fighting a war effort. Why are we the only ones sending money to them anyway? Number one, why are we sending that much money? Because no one else is sending money to them but us. You know, yet we don't have enough money to cover our own people. You won't offer them a lousy $750, really, for many of those families compared to what they lost in the devastation of the hurricane. $750 is a drop in the damn bucket. Are y'all nuts? That's a drop in the bucket for most of those families, man. That's nothing to them. Yeah, that's a joke. And I just don't I don't want to tolerate that mess. I mean, I think that's a slap in our face. Definitely a slap in our face as American citizens. We don't want to accept that. 750 is not enough to cover the loss and damages they had. You know, many of those people are outraged about it. Kamala Harris really didn't even talk about the hurricane. Didn't mention it. Didn't bring it up. And several of the several of the interviews that I saw never talked about it. Never brought it up. Never brought it up even on her own. You know, she's not reliable. She's not trustworthy. You know, she don't give good interviews. She don't answer questions. Why the hell would I want somebody like that running my country, man? And for you naysayers about all y'all want to vote for her because she's a woman, and they're gonna try to convince black men that she's the right fit for black folks because just because y'all think she black. That's BS. I'm not voting somebody because she thinks she black, and I'm not voting for somebody necessarily because they black. I will vote for somebody because they up for the job to really do the things that they need to do for Americans, and she ain't it. She's not. Biden wasn't it either. He wasn't. You see what he did? Biden literally told people, black folks, "You ain't black if you don't vote for him." And then you have black folks try to deny. So, oh no, that wasn't Biden that actually said that, and that was told cat when he said that. That was Biden said that. Come on, stop lying. And you know who verified that? Who was in the room with him? Yeah, the guy from the Breakfast Club. Who was in the room with him? That when he said that. Charlemagne the God. Who else would know but him? He confirmed that, as far as I know. You know, he said, if you ain't black if you don't vote for him. That's what he said. Couldn't have had a more racist statement than that. That one of the most racist statements I've ever heard from a president's candidate. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. His very words. Well, I wouldn't want to vote for anybody like him. Unfortunately, I did because at the time I didn't want Trump to do a second term. But after listening to Trump the past year, I'm almost convinced that he's a better candidate over Kamala Harris. Not by a whole lot, but I just think that right now, the things that he's talking about now makes more sense than anything Kamala Harris has ever tried to answer. Because right now, as a presidential candidate, she's not looking too good. I want somebody that's about the business of being the president. I want somebody who takes being president seriously, and that's not her. You know. Now, look, I'm not a big fan of either one, her or Trump. But there are two or three reasons why I would vote for Trump and why I would maintain to put Trump and keep Trump in office. Number one, for certain, is the fact that Trump is somebody who actually uh, wants to do something about crime. He's tough on crime. You know, he said when the loot starts, the shooting starts. Those are very words. You know, he's talking about people who don't respect the law. You know, but that should go for people, law enforcement too. If you break the law, hell, you know, you should do the time for the crime, just like anybody else. You know, that's the one of the things I think that should be implemented. He hasn't talked about that, but he does talk about being tough on crime. I give him that. The border crisis. This was a guy who wanted to build a wall on the border, even though that wall would have been mad expensive had he implemented it. It was going to cost billions and billions of dollars, but I guess at some point it probably would have been worth it. Who knows? You know. But you know, there's a couple things that Trump. Oh yeah, and not putting up with certain countries making idle threats. Those countries he literally like sanctioned and would have nothing to do with. Period. Cut them off. That's another thing he did that kind of like. You know. But beyond that, you know, I'm not a fan of his, but he had some solid policies that he did work with when he was in office. You know, proven talent on that. Kamala Harris has no policies. Has never talked about any policies, and I don't think she's somebody that really is well thought out. She's not a very well thought out person when it comes to trying to run the country. And she was picked to run the country. But you know, some people say, "Oh, well, she only had a couple of months to get herself together," and blah blah blah. Well, if you had a problem with that, why would you run it? Why did you offer to run? Number one, and number two, why the hell did the damn DNC decide to uh, not pick a candidate to run against Biden? At least if they'd have picked a candidate to run against Biden, you know, the entire time, that was one thing. They had no intention of doing that. They were going to tend to win the White House again for a second straight term with Kamala Harris because they figure, oh, we can get the women vote. We can beat Trump with that. We can get the black vote with Kamala Harris. We just got to get the black man over to be convinced to vote. No, we're not. We're tired of that. Kamala Harris ain't black. She don't represent blackness. She's fake. And just because her father black don't mean she rides with that. Which she don't. This is a woman who rides on her mother's heritage, not her dad's. Don't even talk. She doesn't mention her dad. And that's 8 out of 10, or 9 out of 10, or really almost 10 out of 10 times. She don't talk about it. She never talked about him in the campaign. She talked about her mother. Why would I want to vote for this woman? This woman don't represent her anything to do with her black heritage. By her own admission, folks, why would I vote for her? You know, she talked about growing up with her mom. She doesn't have a relationship with her father, who supposedly was part was Jamaican, but he don't even represent that on his own. You mean to tell me I'm going to try rep her on the heritage that she don't even respect herself? No, that's dumb. I will not. I won't. Period. You know, I'm gonna vote for her because she's black. She don't even talk about her blackness. Even if she was, if Kamala Harris was actually black or had any real black heritage, know that she don't represent. She doesn't talk about it in any of her interviews, and she do this just to get votes. She don't even rep her dad at all. Several interviews I've seen her in, she's never talked about her father. She has no real interaction with her father. That's a known fact. Never say what you want 1,000 times over. That's not who she's about. And she does is only sell wolf tickets to you guys. What I like to call affectionately is perpetrating fraud. Something she's been doing for a very, very long time. You know, I'm just not down with her. I'm not down with her 20 ways of Sunday. And I won't be. And I won't be. 20 ways of Sunday, I'm not down with that match. Nope. Not gonna do it, folks. You know. Y'all can do the mess you want to. I should have got over. I'm like, traffic's bad. I just want. Man, and it's not a weather bad warning either. That, but and nevertheless, I just can't rock with her. I can't rock with her. I can't rock with Biden. I don't care anything about those guys, man. They don't care nothing about us. They don't. Economy's bad. They don't want to own it. She doesn't really want to talk about it. She don't want to talk about policies. She wants to divert attention from everything to do with what's really going on. She wants to divert attention from you to talk about the things that she wants to talk about that her constituents are actually paying or support a campaign with funds with. Reproductive rights. That's not nothing I care about. You know, I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not something I particularly care about. I don't care about that. That doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my family. You know, but she'll talk about that till the hills come home if you ask her. And I don't really think that Kamala Harris is as smart as people try to pretend her to be. I don't. I just you know, I've seen her in interviews and stuff. To me, she doesn't come off all that bright. She really don't. You know, saying goes not the brightest bulb in the socket, or not the brightest bulb in the box. She is not. That is not her. You know. Now, when I first heard about her several years ago, um, and the first person who ever talked about Kamala Harris that I could, that I was aware of was Holly Robinson Peete, who I'm surprised they campaigned for. That's another whole story. Well, when she had a reality show several years ago, and I had heard her talk about Kamala Harris at length, and at one point I thought, oh, she might be a great candidate. I was one of the first people who said that early on. Easy on the eyes, very attractive. She sounded like she was very well spoken, but I didn't know her policies. I didn't know what she did in California at the time until I heard about a year or so, 6 months later, and I said, "Oh man, she's bad news." And then I went on the rails about her for the last 6 years. you know, that she ain't what she cracked up to be. The bad part about it, not even close. You know, I don't, I don't rock with her. Period. I do not rock with this woman at all. Period. You know, so I don't know, folks. I just have. This is the first year for real. I'm not even remotely excited about voting. Nope, I'm not excited about it. Trump's going to be back in office anyway. You know, just by proxy because and I'm saying this about when I say about proxy because just because the fact that Kamala Harris is such a horrible candidate. Yeah, without these people drive by here, I swear. She's a horrible candidate. She's one of the worst candidates I've ever seen outside of Trump. One of the worst Democratic candidates I've ever seen in my life. Period. She's that bad. She's that bad. She's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Nothing about her I like. It's not. Her being a woman has nothing to do with why I don't want to vote for her. I just don't want to vote for her because I don't think she's the best candidate. She's the best choice. You know. And I don't like the fact that on top of that, she was appointed and picked directly from the DNC. Said, oh, okay, you will run. You will let Biden finish his term so he can get paid. We won't force him to step down because technically they could have. We won't force him to step down. We don't want to pull any other candidates. And I don't know why they waited so late. How come no one else ran on the DNC side? They weren't trying to push anybody out there. They didn't want anybody to run out there against Biden. I mean against Trump or Kamala Harris. That was the setup. I still say that. I think that was this was in the plan. And now, personally, I really don't think she's serious enough as a candidate, and I don't think she take it seriously. I don't. I really don't. That's why I could never vote for her. She just want the popularity contest to say, yeah, I ran, and blah blah blah. She wants to retire with Doug and live a quiet life with her and Doug and her two white stepchildren. That's what she wants. I don't think she's for real about becoming I don't. I don't believe that. Not the way she acts, not the way she talks, not the way she answers questions. She ain't serious about none of it. She can. She don't even have a mindset to even talk straight from the heart, from her own words. That is an indication right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how serious she is not about running for president. And I don't believe it. I'm yet to be convinced. She does not have my vote. I'm not going to waste time on it. I'm not. I cannot. I cannot rock with it, and I will not rock with it. That's on everything. And I'm out.